Hello everybody and welcome back to another Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde New Beginnings run. Last time we just did an almost great heroic run. I will say with just base weapons we did get to the final boss. I didn't handle it nearly as well as I should. I was focusing on explaining some things and, did die there. Although our damage was definitely lacking because we do have the base weapons. However, we did get 22 embers, which is fantastic. Today we will be focusing on the Darkmoon Grove. We will be taking a look into the scythe, and we will be taking a look, or the scythe, which needs the reapers. As you can see, I killed a couple. I just popped into the grove real quick, but you'll see what happens. I will show you a farming run in the first 3 minutes right now. I'm going to start with this. So we're going to start with just a little farming run for those. And basically, here's what you do. You just go here, you go to the Dark Forest, you get your Cleave, and you get going. And this is a farming run specifically to unlock the Cleave ability. So the reason for this is Cleave takes 300 Reaper kills. These are 15-minute runs. So that is, obviously, hopefully you can get all of them in one run. Unfortunately, as it currently stands, you cannot. That is not possible in the current game. Perfectly fine. That is why we are going to do this farming run. This farming run will be whatever weapons we choose. It really doesn't matter as long as we basically have Cleave, and more protection is more good. The waves will get kind of dicey. So, not a huge problem, not the end of the world. We just want to get our Cleave. We don't even really care about damage. We just want directional killing, because we want to kill these guys as soon as we can. So we want to point our Cleave at them, walk into them, get the hits, get the kills, and get out of here. So these enemies have a spawn time at 1 minute and right at 2 minutes, I believe. So we should start, or maybe it's 1:30. Double check. But I believe it's 2 minutes. So here we go. We hit a minute. Boom. Guess who is wandering out from the woodwork? It is our Green Reapers. Cyan Reapers. Blue-Green Reapers. I don't know. But there they are. They're coming on out. They're surrounding us. Our goal now is to kill them, kill them, kill them. I want to just make sure our Cleave is targeted at them. Get them into the vines if we can. Anything we can do to kill them. And there is our wave. We've done it. Success. Now we wait. We are at 1:30. We have 30 more seconds. Now, the reason I say the 2 minute farm, again, it's a little bit longer because 2 minutes is when the second wave spawns. So it's a little bit longer than 2 minutes. That's perfectly fine. The reason for this is you shall soon see. Well, obviously they're going to spawn in 2 minutes. That's the reason. After 2 minutes, they don't spawn anymore. That's it. They stop spawning after 2 minutes. So with them stopping to spawn at 2 minutes, that essentially means there is no point to trying to go further if you are looking to unlock that ability. So, what this means is here is our 2 minute spawn. We have this right here. And now that we have some more size, we have some more cooldown, we can actually kill them a bit more effectively. We're actually gaining some more defensive stats with our speed on our orbital fire. And here we go. There they go. That was it. And that's it. These enemies will no longer spawn. So what we can do now is at 2:25, we can end our run. Boom. That is it. That is how the easiest way to get this unlocked. You don't get very many crystals or anything like that, but the key is we went from 55 to 117. And that's it. So if you do this 6 times, you're done. If you do it 5 times, you're 25 away basically. You get a little over 50. Well, actually, no, I got 55. I got 62. So yeah, if you do it 5 times, you're done. And that's it. It's not too bad. It's basically the time of 1 full run you can unlock this ability. So that's huge. And if you think about it, 5 runs, now we're in 15 minutes. Or 15 minutes in essence, because it's 2.5 minutes per run. Actually, well, again, 12.5 minutes. I'll take 12.5 minutes, but there's startup and blah, 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 blah. You can add things, you can take things away, depending on how you want to look at it. That's fantastic. I love it. I am thrilled by that. Down here are some Grand Hex. Don't really care about the Grand Hex right now. We will eventually, but not right now. Mandrake, very fun pet. And these are some heroic abilities I really want to get to here. Here is very good. But also at the top. The top is very good as well. But let's get the show on the road. We are going to be doing a Dark Forest run. I'm going to take Cleave, but I'm going to try and focus on something else. So I think I'm going to focus on Orbital Fire for the actual run. We will be taking Cleave as a protection and getting its cooldown down. I'm not going to try and increase its area, though. That is going to be one thing I'm going to try and stay away from. The area of the Orbital Fire will be the key, ideally for us, just to see how Orbital Fire not compares, obviously, because realistically nothing can compare to Cleave as it currently stands. It is amazing. I am very much looking forward to level 2. Once I have level 2, I should realistically be able to consistently get to the end of Heroic without much trouble at that point. We will be taking some Cleave there. And again, now we just have the Cleave just for the protection because it is great protection directly around us. We'll take some Vines because I like some Vines. And that will be even more protection. We just want to make sure we are safe when these waves come. And I'm going to be a little bit more passive than I was in that farming run. I'm not going to try and take as much damage because we do not want to take as much damage, that's for sure. Again, I had a cooldown option or a size. I'm going to take the size because, again, the focus will ideally be the Orbital Fire. I need to get the Orbital Fire outside the radius of the Cleave for it to be more effective. And basically, then we have an outer ring, and the Cleave is our inner ring at that point in time. From here, we can go with our base weapons. Again, we're trying to do a base weapon showcase because the base weapons are pretty solid overall. You know, I mean, I didn't take Arrow. I do think Arrow messes with things in regard to just the range, especially early on. Later on, not too bad. Again, we are in Reaper phase, which is fantastic. Love the Reapers. Now we can just work on killing them. And the Orbital Fire actually does a very good job at that. As its speed increases, it will do an even better job, of course. And again, attack size for this is the one thing we are not going to take. We will never take attack size for the Cleave. And that is a guarantee right there. I am putting my foot down. I love it, but we will never take it. And again, we will focus on the fire. Get it nice and big. We're almost to the point. It looks like it's maybe 2 more levels, and it should be outside the radius of the Cleave, which is fantastic, which means it should be generating us the blue crystals that we need. And it's going to get us damage up. Fantastic. Although we do need its speed. But we got a pet. Probably going to take a mag pet if we can get it, because we are going to start killing things from further away. Get the cooldown. Much love for this cooldown. And if we stand still, we are pretty safe. Do need a bit more speed to be completely safe from the bats, but it's already really good wall against most slow-moving enemies themselves. We did not get our magnet. We got a Hardy, though. Damage is nice. Making sure you survive, just that much nicer. And let's get some area for these vines. More protection, more good, no size, and we'll get some number. Again, I don't want this just to be Cleave is clearly the best. I mean, I can't say it enough. I'm sure you've heard it too much. I apologize, but it just does the duty. It does its duty very, very well. Here we go. More damage. I need to get more size, though. Size and speed are what we're really looking for. The dot damage, we're not so much looking for. Doesn't really matter. Or not dot tick speed. We can't get it low enough. It's essentially 10 points, 10 whole levels to arguably triple the dot speed, but there's a heartbreak here. Thank you, Hardy. Thank you. You're the best. Tripling its attack speed what effectively does that do for us? And that is the big thing. What does tripling the dot speed do for us? The dot does 2 damage every 1.5 seconds. So if we spend 10 levels, 10 whole levels, we can make that do 6 damage in a second and a half versus 2 damage in a second and a half. Now, if we have 10 levels of spear damage, how much more damage is that going to? Is that going to do more than 4 damage in a 4 bonus damage in a second? You know, it's immense how wasteful dot damage is until you can get it down, until you get the meta progression to increase its speed. So effectively, I see this as a 30-point weapon or a 31 level weapon early on. Getting it to 40 again is a waste. It will not do you benefit. And even still, I mean, speed and size, especially in most situations, don't really matter. Because you don't want it to be too big in most cases. In this case, we do, just because that's what we're playing. I love this boss as well, by the way. He's fantastic. And we have the high health mobs. They are the ones that I'm most worried about. But I think we're getting the damage in. They are starting to die, and we get a chest for our trouble. But yeah, a area size. I mean, right here, I think is probably as big as you really want it for a standard weapon. You don't, the bigger it is, the better. But I would much rather, in a standard playthrough, have this be this size at size 4, and then go straight into, say, spears, or more into cleave, or more into vines. Speed, though, gotta have that speed. Let's get some spear damage. As I was just talking about it, the beauty of the spears is it can get very, very damaging very early, thanks to its double damage banner. That is a rank 1 ability. Spears and arrows, again, are the ones that do that. It is quite a benefit. And as you can see, our speed is not keeping up. We do not have the speed on the orbital fire. We have so many levels elsewhere. That's the problem. So we're just going to get some more number. So hopefully that can help us manage. But thankfully, again, with Hardy, have gotten quite a few hearts from Hardy. We did manage to kill that pumpkin boss very quickly, which is fantastic. And we are finally starting to get some speed. Now, our speed increases are only 20%, and that is a downside. At max, it is 40%. Huge difference, obviously. It's amazing how different the meta progression changes things. We'll go for some more AoE. More number is good, but we don't really have the killiness to be just running with them. So we just want them to be bigger as a safety precaution. Build that wall so we can stand in it and be completely safe. Just a safety vine wall. It's all I want to see. Luckily, again, boom. If we stand still, obviously I'll let 2 guys in. But if we stand completely still, not a single one of these skeletons can get to us. And it's just going to create tons of experience around us. I do want to move into them just to, get a little bit more killy, get some experience as we do. But we're getting to that point where, look at that, just swaths. And again, this is our benefit weapon. The benefit weapon of the extra blue soul drop chance. So it's just perfect. Had we increased the size of the cleave, all the, anything within a certain range would be killed by the cleave, or, the cleave size can easily exceed the orbital fire size. So everything would be dead to the cleave. We wouldn't be getting that bonus drop chance. It's all about maximizing your character's ability. Because if you aren't maximizing it, ooh, yay, look at that. We can get some shurikens. I love the shurikens for an early game boss killer. As I was explaining, I haven't actually shown them yet. I haven't actually played with them as an early game boss killer. But I do know that because of their unique ability, it might not be level 1, it might be level 2. But unfortunately, the bones in the arrow don't get to the same quantity as the shurikens. Now, that being said, they're very hard to use. So I do hate that fact. So it's actually a love-hate relationship. I love the fact that they are better at earlier levels, I believe. At once you invest into them, not uninvested. Uninvested, they're really trash. But a lot of the boss killers are fairly trash uninvested. Like Bones are real trash, I think. Again, the stun is nice. It's basically its saving grace. You're sort of that's a good thing to take it for, but it's pretty trash. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do believe, I'm not sure if it's these guys or if it's the heroic mode. I believe it's both. I believe these guys might be one level of arrow and the heroic mode are another level of arrow. So this is fantastic that we are getting some of these kills. I should focus on them a little bit more. And here we go. We can do some more damage, some more of that, or some more size. Again, get this fire. I really want more speed though. Again, we want to be hitting like another rotation. Like we want to basically double our speed. It's pretty terrible that we are not hitting that hard. Luckily, we do have the dot ticking away on the bigger enemies. The smaller enemies are getting in, but we do have our protection. You know, be it the vines, be it the cleave. Our cleave does not. There's some speed. Fantastic. Keep it going. The cleave does not have the damage, so the cleave is only hitting for 4. It's a little bit of a baby cleave. But as you can see now, we are way out there, way past the cleave, which is great. But now we're losing the protection of a short-ranged orbital fire, which is okay in this case, because again, we're just showing what it can do at early levels. And again, this does have a banner upgrade. You can not choose not to get the banner upgrade, which increases its size by 50%. That being said, I think that is a big negative to do, because if you're going to get any attack sizes, this just means you can get less. It just means you can get less. You know, you can get it to the size that you want that much faster. So I would definitely say that banner is worth it. It's not, unless you plan on getting 0 size increases and keeping it right on your butt the entire time, which is honestly reasonable. There's nothing wrong with that. Unless you are doing that, I definitely think the banner is a huge benefit to you as well. And especially if you're playing someone like Conrad, size is kind of his thing, so it synergizes even better with that. Got ourselves a lovely chest. We do need to kill both of these enemies, so again, more enemy types that need to die, so fantastic. This is every zone pretty much has good enemies to kill. Let's get that movement speed, get that damage, we'll even get the drill, why not? You know, who needs to save money? Not me. And I got the dot speed, because I just saw orbital fire and I just clicked. And look at that. I'm ticking that much faster. It's amazing. A wasted level. A wasted level is wasted. But that's okay. Always on the lookout for these chests. Again, this is an awesome formation. Right here, just so you are aware. This formation can have multiple chests. Chest here, chest down on the side, chest directly to the south, and I even believe a chest to the west. So, and by chest, I mean an object itself. So, you know, chest, pet cage, all sorts of good things. Another enemy we need to kill, I believe, for something somewhere on the map, are those more speed. Glorious, glorious. Now we're getting the speed. As you can see, the faster enemies, or the enemies when you walk to them, are a little bit worse. That is the enemy that I was just talking about, the robed what-have-yous. Did he just walk? Oh my god, I completely missed him. I'm the worst. Luckily, we're doing fine. We got plenty of health. Right now, honestly, the only challenge will be, will we be able to kill the last boss? And the answer to that is most assuredly yes. I have no fear of this last boss. I do have a slight fear of that guy running up my butt. But we got him. Yay, the useless one. So now we are at Damage 3, speed 6. So we want more speed. We also want more damage. Now we're getting to the point where we do need to get this damage up. We want to get it, obviously, 210 ideally. But we are also cutting back on the number of levels. We will get surrounded fairly soon, thanks to, at the end of the map, things get more and more hectic. More and more hectic means more experience, which means more levels. And more levels is more good. I am very happy to do that. Easy peasy. Sadly, it's so large that we're just not collecting most of the experience from it. We do not have the magnet pet, which is a shame. So, just going to stand here for a second. Look at how safe we are. This, I think, basically sums up the orbital fire. Standing still, you're pretty good. And then you can just do a quick little sweep. I was hoping to gain a level. There we go. And we get some damage. There we go. And I think that damage is exactly what we needed to kill the bigger baits. Because I think they were dying to the dot immediately. I believe they have 10. Maybe they're less. We do have some more of these. Nothing too crazy. I want to find a shop if I can. But we did find a pet. Maybe we'll get the elusive mag. And let's see. These enemies are slightly faster. And we got a nice little heart from Hardy. Fantastic. Oh, there he goes. Look at them. Into the dots. Fantastic. Get some more cooldown. Oh, he's going to hit us. Holy moly. That. Wow, does he hit hard. I did not know that. Woo! Look at that. Let's get some digging for loot. Why not? It's not heart. It's not magnetism, but I'll take that. It can be a heart every so often. Ooh, that's the first time getting hit by him. Just messing around. I will definitely be avoiding getting hit from him in the future. That was nuts. Ruining the whole run just to be a little silly. Gonna get a little bit more protection, I think, at this point. With our health diminished like that, I like Hardy all the more. Makes up for those stupid mistakes that I clearly have made. And we're going to start working on damage. Speed is great, and honestly, speed helps more with the waves. But right now, we are coming to the boss. We want this to be hitting a little bit harder, without a doubt. Okay, we'll get some speed. If you're going to give it to us. So here we go. Good farming. These eyes are amazing. I am a huge, huge, huge fan of these eyes all the time. Especially the bosses that summon them. Even more speed. So let's see. These eyes are relatively fast. So if we stand still right here, how does it do? We got the clown skeleton. I remember seeing when they were designing that on the Discord. It's quite the boss. And we got him. Easy. More damage. We need a plan for the last boss. We want all the damage possible. And again, thankfully... Ooh, look at that heart. There's a heart up there, I believe, from Hardy or Scoop. One of the two. Thank both of them for their troubles. But as you can see, because we have chosen this as our first weapon, it is what's doing the damage. Or the generating the blue. Just the extra souls that you generate really are pumping these levels up right at the end. And that is one of the things that I was most worried about. We were stagnant for a little while. Wasn't really focusing on too much. But we've sort of come back. And again, thanks to Hardy and Scoop, we are generating hearts. We're in a pretty good place. Nothing can get by with our lovely... Well, okay. I say nothing. Those big guys can. They are the ultimate jerks. Let's reroll. Let's get another damage. Come on. There we go. Get that. Got a heart. Thank you, Hardy. I believe I saw you do that. And yeah, I think we're pretty solid. I think this last boss must be a little finagling. Nothing too terrible. We got our super underpowered Cleave. which is amazing. It does 4 damage. I believe it does 4 damage, right? So we have not. Oh, I did get 2 damage upgrades. Never mind. I did increase its damage. It's just everything is sort of dying before it gets to it. It does 6. And here we go. The last boss. Where are you? Summon what you will. There you are, over there. Let's just make sure we're hitting him and then standing perfectly still so none of the other things get in place. And this should basically be pretty solid. This boss, not necessarily the most difficult, has a high health pool, but it's sort of the mobs initially that can sort of overwhelm you as long as you can handle them. That's why I was standing still. Moving doesn't hurt against him. It's just by standing still, I was directly able to say, none of those flying mobs, you are going to hit me. Done and dusted. We have done it. And now we're on to bigger and better things. I mean, as you can see, we have another run in the books. Plenty of stuff, nowhere near what we got in the Heroic. Heroic was essentially double this, which is fantastic. Gonna be farming that, without a doubt. But we got some more Reapers. So I will be finishing off these Reapers. And probably farming some Heroic a little bit. Maybe we'll get a couple of these, which will allow us to do some fun things as well. But for now, we got XP increased by 10%. We want that, no doubt. Now, we do want this 50 gold. Do we want it right away? Not necessarily. We did get enough pumpkins, though. 1,300 in one run, which is fantastic. I can say that because none of the runs I took that far. So that was one run, 1,300 pumpkins. Not too shabby. Up here, we will want Chi-Chi to keep moving, for sure. And you know what? We'll even get... Chi-Chi. Cece. Whew, what am I thinking? We are going to need this crit chance so we can get down here to this lovely, lovely Cleave. And again, that will be in the future. And the reason I'm not going the other way for the Cleave is because I don't want to necessarily pick up Mandrake right now. Big Tex is over here. Big Tex I prefer over Mandrake, so we'll probably be picking up Big Tex. And then, yeah, it should be pretty good. So next time, Cleave, going into Heroic again, seeing what difference that makes. Probably pick up the mines as well. Let's pick up the mines right away. We unlock the mines. Those are great protection. Can't argue with that. And yeah, we can get some mines. We can even fill in our starter mines because we have plenty of things. But we cannot get a damage upgrade because we have not yet unlocked this bad boy. Can we even get to it? 175. Ooh, 10% health. And no, we don't have enough. I will unlock this as well next time. We also will want Chris to get over here. I believe this is the other shuriken. And some very good things. I believe, what is it? Either damage or damage reduction. No, I think this is a damage right there. That's what I want. I want that so bad. But thank you very much. Again, I'm just waffling at this point. So, if you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see anything, especially before I put all the points in, just let me know. I'm going to be doing this throughout the week. I'm filming them a little early, so I might be a little bit further than when I hear a question. But please let me know. And then once things are full again, I plan on restarting up. I have a few ideas for some character showcases that I want to do that are left. And then really looking forward to the patch, which should be coming within the next week or so. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and happy hunting.